All right.
All right, good evening, everyone. Those of you that are board members, please take a step up and come and identify yourselves. Bill, Tim, no Letty? Divide and conquer.
Nobody here to identify yourself too.
All right. So thank you for joining us this evening. We have an agenda. It should be a short meeting. Our agenda tonight, we're going to have Bill do the intro to law enforcement partners, our county partners. We'll go ahead and do crime stats and Q&A for law enforcement. Ara An is joining us from the 2nd District office, Holly Mitchell's office, with some updates for the unincorporated area. We'll talk a little bit about National Night Out planning. We'll give a financial update, which we have not given this year. So we'll show the books in terms of where we stand. Thank you for those of you who have made donations and make donations on a consistent basis. I won't call you out individually, but you'll see some names redacted on the financial statement. And then we'll have an open forum at the end of the meeting for any questions that you might have. Bill,
All right,
take it
guys,
away.
You all know who I am. You know our C3 officers, Officer Gonzalez and Officer Roque. The sheriff is en route, but they were involved in a robbery suspect pursuit. So they're running behind, but they will be here. So we may have to resort some of the questions you might have to the sheriff. You guys all saw our crime report from last month, right? You guys saw it, came with email. Questions, comments? You guys are good?
Bill, speak into the mic. Do we have folks online, Patrick?
Sorry?
Do we have folks online? I know you're about to take a bite.
One so far.
All right.
They have a question? Comment? No, nothing? All right. This thing rolls it to the next slide? No. How do we get the next slide?
No, that one. Oh, it just worked. I'll drive for you, Bill. Sorry.
There we go. As you can see by over here, maybe rolled over by the map. Can I get over to the map? Oops, wrong one, sorry. Back. Okay, map. This is pretty much where we've had most of our vehicle crime in the neighborhood. The green dots basically represent a vehicle crime, either a grand theft auto, a theft from a vehicle burglary. They're not real specific. That's kind of what's going on. It has calmed down quite a bit. I believe it's because our deputies have kind of been more proactive, but it's still kind of going on. We had a vehicle break-in on 142nd and Ocean Gate just the other day. This will go back, right?
Yeah. Oh, it works.
But overall, again, I think we look pretty good. We're nothing like we were 10 years ago, but you know, we look pretty good all considered. Anybody have any questions, comments? Nothing? Questions for Highway Patrol? Right here. Why don't you guys come up over here? What's up, Bob? What's the question?
Are there any regulations for e-bikes?
The question is, are there any regulations for e-bikes?
Yes, there are some rules and regulations that they have to follow and adhere to. It's still a very new concept that's coming in, so all the laws are fairly new. So we have to actually kind of get, learn and try to enforce them. They gotta follow the same rules of the road. Any rule that happens that a bicycle rider has to apply or adhere to, they have to follow the same rules. Stopping at stop signs, they can't be on the sidewalk, they have to be on the sidewalk. Driving on the right side of the road. So same thing as a bicycle, it's going to be for the e-bikes.
So, well, I almost hit one that ran a stop sign. You just had to cut me off and keep going. I was thinking, well, if I ran you over, you wouldn't be able to do that. But then on the other hand, it'd be, if one of those e-bikes hits your car, and they take off, there's no identification on the e-bike, there's no license plate on it.
Maybe just pass them around, too.
Yeah, it's going to be similar to a bicycle. A bicycle does not have, other than the serial number, there's nothing that, you can see from afar. So it's going to be similar to a bicycle. Every e-bike should have a serial number. Assigned to that particular e-bike or electric scooter. So it's going to be similar to a bicycle.
But that's going to be engraved somewhere. It's not something like a license plate.
No, it won't be like a license plate.
And definitely something to protect yourself, in case something like that were to happen. I tell people to try to get a dash cam, because let's say you were in a collision with the e-bike, and the e-bike, the rider gets stopped, gives a statement, and lies about what happened. At least you have that footage to protect you.
Are these current, or is it as of the first?
It's current, it's actually been updated.
Current as of today?
Yes,
Kind of
updated
like,
today.
okay, perfect, that's even better.
So the stats, the current year-to-date as of today are being passed out.
What you guys are looking at is basically an update of what I just showed. You're kind of looking at what's current as of July 17th. Any more questions, comments? Nothing for CHP? I understand the captain is on her way. Go ahead.
I don't know if you can answer this now, Joe. What's the rules on fifth wheels parking on the street?
On what is that?
On fifth wheels.
Oh, trailers.
Or trailers.
Okay,
that are
so,
hooked up to an automobile.
if they're oversized, obviously there's an issue. They can't be blocking or anything like that.
They're not really blocking, but, they're taking up parking spaces.
Wasn't there a regulation that if it was not hitched, it was illegal?
You know anything about that? Yeah, I've not heard anything like that. I treat it like a vehicle, right? If it's there for more than a certain amount of time, more than 3 days, 72 hours, then I can tow it. The other day I had a complaint, it was oversized, so it was kind of taking up some of the lane on La Cienega. So I was able to take the whole thing. It had a truck, it had a trailer, I took both of them. So no issue if it's blocking or anything like that, if it goes over the width. So I have not heard about that, though.
Anybody else? No questions? You guys are good? Okay. Moving on. The captain should be here momentarily, so if you think of something you might want to ask her, I'm sure she'll give us an update of what's going on in the neighborhood when she gets here. But until then, we'll move on to something else. What's next on the agenda?
So we have Ara on joining us from the Second District Supervisor Mitchell's office with some updates for the unincorporated area. Ara? Speaking to the mic. And then the slides for you, right?
Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ara An, and I'm field deputy from Supervisor Holly Mitchell's office. And today, I would like to share a few updates. And can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, sure. So first event I would like to share is Hawaiian Festival. So there's Delaire Park, but we also have a beautiful Alondra Park at LA County. Anyone been to Alondra Park before? Okay, it's at El Camino. It's next to El Camino College. That's the easy way to see it. And they will have 46th annual Hawaiian Festival on July 20th and 21st. And I've been there past few years, and it's an amazing event. They have lots of performances. They have shops that sell Hawaiian goods, Polynesian goods. They have resource tables. You can try Polynesian food too. So it's a great way to check out the event. I never been to Hawaii, but it felt like I was at Hawaii. So yeah, I recommend that. So this is happening this Saturday from 9 to 5 p.m. and July 21st, Sunday from 10 to 4 p.m. So if you're around town, feel free to join this event, and our team will be there as well. And also, I know Eddie will touch on the National Night Out, but really appreciate Wiseburn Watch for coordinating, and I want to give a shout out to Harley and Eddie, and we have been communicating on how we can partner and stuff. So thank you, Eddie and Harley. Appreciate you. And I think the one motion that was brought up at Board of Supervisors meeting that was significant I can share is on the governance motion. So let me see. In November, there will be a measure that voters can vote on to increase the seat of Board of Supervisors from 5 to 9. As most of you know, we have 5 current supervisor seats right now, and LA County has 10 million residents. Each 5 district has 2 million people. So that's how the system is right now. But with the new item that was voted on in November, voters will have the chance to express if they want the seat to be increased to 9 seats. Another characteristics of this motion is that the CEO's office at LA County, which can be compared to like the city's mayor, they manage the budget of the county and day-to-day operation. This seat will become elected position. So this is another thing that was mentioned in the motion. And the last representative thing is that they will create ethics commission. So before this goes on to the ballot, this will be brought up to the Board of Supervisors meeting at least twice for amendment and discussion and what have you. But this was a big news that came out. And let me see. For this governance motion, I want to share that 1 year ago in 2023, Supervisor Mitchell has worked on a similar governance reform with Supervisor Horvath, but then the recent one was spearheaded by Supervisor Lindsay Horvath and seconded by Supervisor Janice Hahn. Our boss, Supervisor Mitchell and Supervisor Catherine Barger, there were some questions that existed in this motion. For example, what will be the cost that will be impacted as a result of expansion? And how did you come up with 9 seats, right? So these things are to be explored. So we're trying to learn more information before making decision and making sure we get community input and assessing the data of the community. So yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to share, and I'll stop. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, quick updates today. Those are the events and motion I wanted to share to you all. And I'll be around if you have any question and happy to connect with you. Thank you.
I was looking for the volume, because it's not you, I think, the mic. Is everybody here okay on the mic? No, it's good. I have a loud, but I have a loud, you're just saying I'm loud, yeah. I don't know where the mic controls are. On the other side more? So, all right, can we count on you letting us know? Obviously, we're busy enough, many of us, following what happens locally. We often, myself included, don't follow what's happening at the county level. Can you forward, whenever these items come up, it'd be nice to get those items forwarded so that we could forward it to the distribution list. I know they're publicly posted. I'm aware of that. But things that you think are relevant that you want your constituents in the 2nd District to know about?
This was good, and there was a press release, so I can forward that to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. That way we can let more people know. I'd heard about it, I read about it in the paper, but I subscribe to many things. The supervisor's agenda, I'll tell you, I don't often go through it, but it's an important one.
Yeah, so with the Brown Act, we try to post the agenda beforehand, but I'll be happy to share the link and the press release for the motion I just described.
Yeah, no, and again, this is merely for our convenience. I know that everything is public information and it's posted there. Just keeping track of things for us is sometimes difficult.
Our station captain would like to address you for the few things. You ready?
So, Captain Palomino, welcome.
Round of applause for our station captain.
Good to see you too. First of all, my apologies for being late. We had a vehicle pursuit going on, so I was dealing with that, so my apologies. Can I move this over to?
microphone for you, too. Yeah, I think it'll be
Thank
easy.
you.
Yeah.
And everybody has their stats, their crime stats? So if you look at the crime stats, and I think I said this last time, Wiseburn is actually doing pretty good with our crime. If you look at the very top of the handout that I gave you, which again, this is for the month of June, we had no homicides, no rapes, no robberies, no aggravated assaults, and no arsons, which is a big deal. If you start to look down at the document and you look at our charts, you can see that we had one burglary for the month of June, and that burglary was a residential, and the suspect was known, it was a family member. The most concerning thing for me, besides everything, but the most concerning thing that sticks out to me is the grand theft autos. If you look, we had a total of 5 for June, and we had 4 for May. And we are up slightly from last year. So year-to-date, we have 17, and year-to-date at this time last year, we had 15. So we are up just slightly, and that's going to be 13%. And if you do look at the type of vehicles that are being stolen, you see that same pattern with the Hyundais and the Kias, for the most part. And our larceny thefts, we did have a total of 3, and the larceny thefts are going to include the grand thefts, the petty thefts, and then the vehicle burglary. So with the one vehicle burglary that we had, it appeared that the suspect tried to actually steal the car and he was unable to. So they ended up taking the registration from inside the vehicle, which made that a vehicle burglary. And then with our grand thefts, we had a surfboard and surfboard equipment taken from the vehicle. A grand theft. And the petty theft was also another unlocked vehicle where they stole iPods. So what makes the grand theft and the petty theft not a vehicle burglary is because the vehicle was not locked. So anytime your vehicle is not locked and somebody gets into it, it's not considered a vehicle burglary for our stats. And then if you turn to the second page, you can see the types of calls for service that we had. That's going to be in the pie chart to the left. That's going to be our emergent versus priority versus routine calls. And then you can see our average response times, which we're doing pretty good. I would like to see those priority calls for service times go down a little bit. Even though we are within the correct range, I would like to see those go down just slightly. And then just to speak briefly on some of the vending efforts that we've done, illegal vending efforts. I don't have the breakdown per area, but we did do a couple operations in Lenox, Delaire, Wiseburn, and El Camino. And with all those areas, we did cite 5 total vendors, and we confiscated 2,235 pounds of food. Again, I don't have the breakdown per area, but we will be doing another operation on August 13th and September 11th, and those will be nighttime operations starting at 6 o'clock at night. So that's what we have going on in the future for our illegal vending efforts. Any questions about the stats or anything that's on your mind? Yes, sir.
Okay, where the fire hydrants are, none of them are painted red. Now, last year they put in the blue, I don't know, what do they call it? Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I stopped there on Thursday, street sweeping, the ticket person, and I asked him about, do you guys ticket cars that are blocking a fire hydrant? First of all, he didn't even know where the fire hydrant was. So I had explained to him that those little blue markers in the middle of the street is where the fire hydrants are. And then he goes, to me it was like, well, I'm too lazy to look for that. I'm only here to ticket cars that are parked between 8 to 10 on Thursday.
And that was the street sweeper?
No. This is the guy in the white Ford.
Parking enforcement.
Oh, okay.
And I think he would know, or should know, what is going on, and he was oblivious to my question, and so I said, okay, that's fine.
Do you remember his name?
He's the guy that drives a white Ford.
Can you tell me what he looked
There's a
like?
white Ford, and then there's a Jeep.
Okay.
I think the lady's in the Jeep, and this is probably late 50s, 60s, something like that.
And what day of the week was this? Do you remember the date? If you don't, it's okay. I can do some more research.
3 weeks ago, this coming tomorrow, 3 weeks from tomorrow.
So if I can,
Thursday here? On a Thursday?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little Thursday.
so if I can answer the first part of that question, if I got you correctly, you were inquiring about people parking in front of the fire hydrants, correct?
yes.
Okay, so let's take the street sweeper out of it, okay? Let's say it's not a street sweeping day. And I can say it's the same thing for my street too. So we have several fire hydrants on my street. However, there's no red parking, or no, the curb is not painted red in front of the fire hydrant, which means you can park in front of it. Now, the entity that is in charge of really deciding whether or not it needs to be red is the fire department. So the fire department bases that on whether or not they can actually access the fire hydrant. And if they feel that they can access that fire hydrant if a vehicle is parked in front of it, then they're not going to paint it red.
So that's why none of them are painted
Correct.
red in Wiseburn?
I don't know why the methodology behind the fire department, but I would imagine that it was because they felt that they would still be able to access the fire hydrant. Because really, that's the ultimate goal at the end of the day. And my street doesn't have any red curbs in front of our fire hydrants, so we're all allowed to park in front of the fire hydrants.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Did something the other day?
Yes.
Appropriate areas. You're saying you can park in front of a fire hydrant, it's unpainted.
Yes, if the curb is not painted red, you can park in front of it.
How will I look down?
I thought it didn't matter whether it was red or not, you weren't allowed to park in front of one.
No, and so the fire department designs it so they're able to, you have to look at it like this. If the fire truck can pull up and they can pull a hose around to the fire hydrant and access it, they're fine. It's all about their access, as long as they can get to it.
I like the idea where they just break the windows out.
Let's not do that. Let's not.
I just saw that on TV the other day.
Because it doesn't matter if it's street sweeping or not, somebody's always parked in front of it, so.
Yeah.
We just had me on Thursday, I was out front, so I flagged him down. And
There are some streets in some cities where the curb is parked red in front of the fire hydrant, but that could also be because it's on a cul-de-sac, or maybe the fire department determined that the placement of the fire hydrant, they would have a very difficult time accessing it if somebody was parked in front of it.
To piggyback on what Gary's saying, and that's kind of, this is.
And I think Tim is over there Googling it.
If we have to take parking enforcement, anything
Yeah.
on the streets with you. In other words, you
So
don't
that's
see-
all they're doing? Okay.
All they're doing, they won't take a car on the front yard, they won't take a car down the park, they won't take a car facing the wrong direction in the street, they just street sweep. That's all they do.
That can be addressed with parking enforcement. I will, understand this with the parking enforcement, although I have a group of parking enforcement officers that are assigned to my station, they are not supervised by South LA. They're supervised by Cops Bureau, but I will address that and make sure that they know some of the concerns of the community.
Anybody else? Comments, questions? Maria?
The last time, that deputy was here, I forgot who it was, but we were talking about when you had a report to make, and they said it could not be made online, like you had to call to have somebody come out to then take a report. Will there be any change to that policy, or is that policy working to get things reported?
So you can actually make reports online through the SORTS system, SORTS, and you can access that on our LASD.org website.
That was not the information we received.
Okay,
So thank you for clarifying.
you're welcome. And again, you can also come down to the station or have somebody get called out to your house. But if you call to place a report call for service, we can't tell you, no, I'm sorry, we're not going to come out and take a report. That's what we're supposed to do. And if you're having a problem with that, please ask to be transferred to the watch commander.
That's it? You guys are quiet.
I know. And it's been a while.
This department, tell them what a good job you're doing, nothing.
Going once.
Well, I will say one thing. It has been a long, long time since we have had a station captain willing to take their time to come out here to our meetings and address you guys. And I think it's special.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You guys are a wonderful community, and I really enjoy serving you. So we're here to help, and I know that sometimes things are a process, and sometimes it takes a while to see change, but that's what we're here to do. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think we have Harley Hoff here tonight. She may make an appearance. I didn't get a text message from her. But our National Night Out event is going to be happening on Tuesday, August 6th, right next door at the library parking lot. We had a great event last year, over 300 people by our count last year. So between the surrounding communities, of course, of Del Aire and Hollyglen have been invited, even though their boards are out for the summer. We've also posted it on Nextdoor, posted it online, on Twitter, obviously word of mouth, and when people start seeing signs posted. We have a banner, I think, on the corner of 135th and La Cienega as well. So I don't think we need much more advertising, but definitely let everybody know. We'll have food, we'll have games, we'll have raffles. We had a nice donation from Universal Pictures last year, so we have several pallets of giveaways, some free and some large items that we'll do a little fundraising for. So please come join us. I think it's going to be a very exciting event. We've also asked the nearby businesses to donate either time, funds, or a table. So we may see, I think Costco might be having a table at the event, last we heard this afternoon. So it should be an exciting event where we could celebrate our partnership with law enforcement, with county government, and with some of our local utilities that will also be there, and service providers that will also be there. Oh, I hear outside, that's coming from outside. So let me move on to the financial statement, because we haven't reported on finances in quite some time. So we will make a habit of posting this at least on a quarterly basis online. Our ending balance for 2023 was $220. And then starting in January, we made some deposits, some PayPal deposits, and a correction there for some expenses during the Santa parade. We consistently, the $27 and $30 figures that you see on a monthly basis, because we're a registered 501c3 nonprofit, we're automatically enrolled in programs that scope out how to give to the community, right? So we get consistently the $30 and the $27 are from City National Bank. Often Boeing also drops a monthly check. There's a I have a laser pointer. There's a $600 entry from Boeing that was given to us from the Friends of the Library. The Friends of the Library, I don't think, had their tax set up properly aligned, so we were the beneficiaries of $600 donation to Friends of the Library that came to us via Boeing. Sharon Stein also donates consistently to us. Thank you so much for the Stein Fund. Derry, for your donation as well for National Night Out is reflected there. We're at year to date, we're at $1,599.39. Food will be donated this year by a local business. I think we'll make an effort to have some veg options too for the non-meat eaters. We'll figure something out. So we should, we're paying out of pocket for chairs and tables. That'll be our largest expense this year. So I think we're looking pretty good. We've applied for some county funds as well that will probably come post-event. But I think we're sitting pretty in terms of the financing for the event, at least until the next major expenditure, which will be the Santa Parade. And I think the Santa Parade is looking pretty good too in terms of whose year is it in terms of donations this year? The sheriffs? Okay, so it's looking pretty good, I think, depending on how we do from with National Night Out and the events the prizes that we'll give out. The idea is that all the kids will try and walk away with the free prize, at least at National Night Out, and then there's some larger value items that we'll try and raffle out with some tickets. Any questions on the finances? We don't actually do active solicitation of funds, even though we have our nonprofit status set up. But maybe that's something that we'll explore doing in the future. Questions? All right. We'll post this online. We'll find some discreet place to place it on the website. But for the sake of transparency, we'll also back post 2022 and 2023 on there. Okay. And I think that's all we had for tonight, believe it or not. Open forum. Of course, your board members are Bill Magoon, Tim and Letty Kreis, Patrick Denny at the back doing the AV, and Harley Hoff as well, and Eddie Urenda. I think that was it. Yes, all right.
Can I share something?
Please.
Hi everyone, it's me again. I should have shared this earlier, but there's another event that's coming up that I wanted to share for the community. So this is LA County Park After Dark event, and this will have focus on students and families. So the date is on August 3rd, which is Saturday in a few weeks. And it will be at Magic Johnson Park, which is in Willowbrook. If you drive a little bit, yeah, it's one of a huge, nice county parks that we have. And at this location, there will be backpack giveaway. And I'm happy to share that we have a generous donor who will be giving away bicycles and helmets. And so, yeah, there will be around 4 bicycles and 4 helmets for students that are 5th grade to 8th grade, from age 10 to 15 or so. So let's say you know any neighbors or any family relatives, they might be interested, please share this information. So it's August 3rd. Yeah, so it's August 3rd on Saturday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Yeah, and yeah, lots of giveaways. We will have county departments there, public social services, health, mental health department, and community coalition, CHRLA, amazing organizations that will be coming. And I learned that they will have a cooking demonstration briefly at the beginning. There will be DJ, music and whatnot. So it's going to be a huge event. And we hope that this can really benefit our community. And so any students and families that you're aware of, please feel free to share it to them. And the flyer just got approved, so I'm going to email it to Eddie and other board members. If you can kindly forward to other people, that would be wonderful. And we want to make sure that many families can benefit from this, so please share the word.
What was
And
the name of the event?
yeah, so the main name is Park After Dark, but I say it's student and family resource event because we will have lots of giveaways and resources too. But yeah, it's Park After Dark. Thank you.
Guys, the captain would like to tell you one more thing. Yes.
So I do want to do this because the community deserves to know what's fact and what's not fact. So I was proven wrong by my counterparts over here. So you cannot park directly in front of a fire hydrant. It has to be within 15 feet. So that is something that we should be citing for, and that is something that I will pass along to parking enforcement, as well as the vehicles that are parked facing in the wrong direction. I eat crow.
Even if the area is not painted red, no parking.
Correct. But within 15 feet.
I think we might as well talk to Public Works to get it painted red.
I think that would be more
Yeah.
transparent, so.
Yeah, really.
I
I don't know, but at least maybe it'll incentivize enforcement to look out for it, right? And give Public Works something to do. Does anybody have any questions? Open forum, just raise your hand and approach the mic, just because we have folks online listening. Mona?
No, my foot's messed up. I'm not walking that far.
I'll repeat it for them. Yeah.
The 405 entrance ramp has a bunch of graffiti.
I-
Is that LA County? Is it the Caltrans?
Caltrans. So the entrance to the 405
Them about who?
North has graffiti on it. It is a Caltrans. It does have a ticket open. Yeah. I mean, I opened up a ticket. It should have several tickets. The squeaky wheel gets the standard response from Caltrans is that they've added it to the work list. They'll get to it when they can. Open up a customer service request, a CSR do a Google search for CSR at Caltrans, and open up a ticket. You don't have to you don't have to make the dangerous stop to get a picture of it. I submitted with a picture.
Graffiti abatement number, whether they would do there or not.
I don't know, Mona, but I don't think they'll touch those signs. Those are state highway signs, so I think.
State highway sign, it's on the concrete.
I don't know. But we can look that up. I don't know, is the answer.
Usually if a ticket is made and it does not fall under Caltrans jurisdiction, they will let you know and tell you to talk to
There you go.
whoever.
Was trying to
Yeah.
get the abatement guys might actually go do something sooner.
Yeah, so, I mean, the worst they could say is no, and at least that way you have confirmation if you open up with the graffiti hotline. Weed abatement has been called several times for La Cienega, the walking path on La Cienega, north and south. There's one crew that does it for 300 miles worth of streets in LA County. I have his number. We're going to post it on the website. I have his extension. His name is Paris. I think we should call every week, until it gets done. He says, I told him that, we're having an event on the 6th and Supervisor Mitchell's going to walk here. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but
He's not answering you?
no, he is answering. He added it to the queue, but he was very forthcoming and said, listen, I'll get to it when I can. I
can comment too if you need help. Let me
Okay, yeah. So we would appreciate some help there because we've had several folks open tickets, some who are not here. Just asking for that to be taken care of. So I know he's aware of it.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? I do believe that we're going to be passing some information online that there's a meeting on airport noise tomorrow evening at the Dorothy, it's not Dorothy Chandler, it's Dorothy Parker. The name of the Hawthorne Community Center on Prairie and Ainsworth. Thank you, Derry. Dorothy Ainsworth Center. If Bob sends me some information, I'll forward some information. It is a public meeting, not just a committee meeting. And if I get agenda information, I'll pass it on to you as well. Okay. Very well. We will see you guys at National Night Out on Tuesday, August 6th, starting at 4 p.m. Hope to see you there. Food, drink, games. Thank you. It starts at 4. It's going to be from 4 to 7 this time. Yep.